to another episode of Relationships.
I am Precious Amuju.
And I'm Felola Akinyemi.
Okay, so I believe that you must have seen, one episode on arts and friendship, and this is more like a continuation of the discussion we had. So this is more like arts and friendship part two. And I want to believe that you've learned one or two things from, the previous episode, and trust us that this is going to be much more enlightening. Yes, so I'll be interviewing her today and with these few questions. So this will just be like a continuation from the last one. And I remember we talked about why odds happen in friendship, and a lot of other things. So but today I'd like to ask you one important question before you even launch out into what we have.
Okay.
So what do you understand as genuine friendship?
Wow.
When you hear the word genuine, what does genuine mean to you?
Genuine friendship, to my understanding, would be friendships that overcome, its trying seasons. This is how I want to define it. Alright, we have relationships, and when you say you have genuine relationship with someone, it means it's real. It means it's being reciprocated. It's not one-sided. It means the way I feel about you is the way you feel about me. It means that I am not being extra while you are being under. Do you understand? That is what I understand as genuine friendship. Where there are no bots, where there is no intentional backstabbing, backbiting, and everything.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yes, because if there's genuine, that means there's fake.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because and I think the tragedy about it is that people are more used to, they're more conversant with the
Fake kind of
Yes,
friendship.
yes. In fact,
So-
people don't want to believe that they are real and genuine, thriving friendships.
Yes. All right. So thank you for the answer. Now, the second question I would like to ask is this: why do you think? Well,
let me ask it this way. So why do you think friendship odds can cut deeper than even romantic?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
and I think the first question is that even true?
It's very true. Yes, because I for friendships and let me say, irrespective of the number of years that you have known someone for, the memories you've shared, the laughter moments you had together, all these things cuts deeper. Of course, when you have a romantic relationship, you're always like, it didn't work out, you can move on, this and that. But when you have a friend that you have shared some deep, precious moments with, it's like you feel lonely all of a sudden. And I want to quickly chip in where we made a quote one time like that friends don't take the place of our partners. So there's a way you can survive, romantic relationships, breakups, that you might not be able to heal completely when you have friendship hurts. So it is deeper, and according to your question, it's more painful. Okay, let's say for instance someone that you grew up together with. From childhood, you shared your down times together, you shared your win moments together, you shared your lonely times together, you shared even just about someone together, and you now find out that you and this person are no more thinking, you're not talking. I don't know, maybe for me, but it's painful. It's more painful. It might just like a partner you just met, one, but this person just came one year like that along the way, not when I was actually building like that. So that's what I feel. That's what I think.
Okay.
I think that makes more sense. And I want to believe that
For the romantic ones,
I think there should be a balance to it. And this is
Yes.
what I mean. For the romantic ones, if friendship was truly the bedrock of that romantic relationship, it will also hurt as much
Much
as
more, Yes.
as
Yes.
that
Friendship.
friendship.
I totally
Do
agree.
you get?
Yes.
But for people that just
Jumps
on the
and-
base of
Nah.
romance,
Yeah, just like it was a fling, that's all to it.
that's also it. So I want us to have that balance.
Mhm.
So for friendships that that graduate to romantic relationships,
Yeah.
they also hurt.
Yes.
Because you now start
Oh,
wondering like
Badly. Bad.
lots of memories,
No.
arts that have been I believe that it's kind of similar
Yeah.
unlike the ones that just
Yeah.
maybe a spur of the moment you just
Exactly.
found
That
out.
one you forget, but you can't ever imagine having a very long lasting relationship or friendship compared to a relationship. I mean, some people, like I said, you will easily move on.
Yeah.
You might not easily move on, maybe because of the times and moments it's I mean, if it's a relationship, but like you said, relationship with friendship, and it's now hence, it's killing.
Yeah. Another question that
It's kind of
critical. What are some common ways people get hurt in friendships that often go unnoticed? Because most people are always like, okay, we are saying hurt in friendship, hurt in friendship. It could be that you're even hurting your friend,
And you don't
and you do not even know, and you just notice that the person is just always very
Yes,
sick.
yes.
And I wonder what's always wrong with this person now. It's nothing that I did now. So some people are actually ignorant of something. The Bible says that less devil should take advantage of us.
Yes,
Not his devices.
yes.
So when you are not ignorant of the devices of the enemy, you won't be taking advantage of.
Oh,
So
yeah.
What are the common ways?
One way, first I would like to say how that happens most times is nothing else but miscommunication or communication problem, communication barrier, anything. Don't forget people change, alright? The way we were when we met is not the way we are now, alright?
No.
Some things have changed about me, some things have changed about you. Even as little as communicating, the way we used to communicate then is not the way we communicate now. So if you are still addressing the way, maybe when I'm hot, if you still address me the way you used to, then there will be a problem. Alright.
In fact, we should not be the same.
Exactly. So whenever there are changes, there should be like, when you update. Yeah. Exactly. So there should be an update and like, okay, I know you didn't intentionally mean to hurt me in this, but this is what happened, this, and I don't like it. Okay, then you find, that, okay, this is it with this person now. So you said the ways that, many people get hurt. I would like to say either in their hobbies, yeah, or the way this person has, hobbies like, okay, I love, let's say, I like riding bicycle, for example, and you don't know how to ride a bicycle. Yeah, she doesn't know how to ride a bicycle. And if I want to take that up, that would be a way she's hurting me. Yes, but of course, we don't go bicycle riding. That's why we are safe on that aspect. You get. But okay, let's say for example, you like gifts. Alright. You like being gifted things.
Thank you for saying that. My birthday just passed though.
Yes. And already have a gift.
You didn't say gifts.
But I bought you something. That's not for this show. So you celebrated your birthday, and imagine I didn't call that day.
Did you call?
I did not call by message.
She did not call.
Imagine I didn't shop. Imagine I didn't even take cognizance of the fact that today is Precious's birthday. I posted you, I did the whole thing.
Yes.
That would have hurt her. I mean, this lady I'm looking at here, that would have hurt her. And it might go unnoticed if it is not now communicated to me. Alright. Or I don't also show the fact that, oh my God, I'm sorry I forgot. If I must not even forget.
She can't.
You understand? But that's one way. So I'll say communication problem, communication barrier. And another thing is ego.
Oh yes.
Ego. Yeah. Pride. In friendships, friendships like that can't be fruitful. They can't be thriving. They can't survive. They can't be sustainable. Stuff like that. So the way to go on is okay. Maybe she does something that hurts me, and I'm not like, okay, and she's not like, that's over. I mean, that's gone forget, okay, you are not a child. I think it's this set of things after like, how old are you? Right? Something like that.
Yes.
She wanted to help me with, I think, a necklace or something, and she was like, how old am I? Of course, it's because we know that we are both playing, right? But if that was like, how old are you at this at your age? You can't, you know, use a necklace properly and this and that. And I tell her afterwards that, oh, you said this and this, it hurts me. And you're like, are you a child? You know, this and this.
Insensitive.
No, yes, that's insensitive and it's not done. So I think those two things, because they allow friendships to, they allow odds in friendships to go unnoticed. Thank you.
Yes.
I think there's one thing that I want to bring out from what you said.
Alright.
It's simply don't be a narcissist.
Yeah, a narcissist.
A narcissist. Thank you.
Mhm.
You know, most people.
They find it difficult to apologize, especially when you call their attention to something they've done to hurt you.
Yeah.
They believe like they just think that, I mean, you're not a child, why should this be getting at you?
Exactly.
Forgetting the fact that me communicating it to you is so because I want you to
Do something about it. I
About
want
it.
to change it.
You know, we're discussing one time about it that the fact that you even apologize to people does not mean to take away the hurt.
At all.
But it just means that you are human. It means that
Yeah.
you understand how that person is feeling and you are trying to do something to make it better. You might not necessarily take away the whole hurt.
Yeah.
but
In
it's-
fact, we can't even take it.
Exactly.
It's just like, let's say she forgets my birthday and then I'm hurt.
Mhm.
It's just, I don't know why people feel like, I mean, it depends on how you are in the friendship. It depends on what your values
And
are.
they just downplay it
Do you
as
get
if not enough.
If you truly honor this person and the person
Respect,
honors
yeah.
you, respect, I think you should feel bad for forgetting someone's
Yes,
birthday.
yes.
Now, when you are being called, when your attention is being called to it, it is responsibility to apologize.
And that's okay.
for
How
it.
can I make it up to
Do
you?
you get?
Yeah.
So many people feeling like, I mean, I forgot your birthday.
Yeah, that
Are
does not
you
mean
a
I can
baby?
bring back
Does
that
not,
birthday.
does not,
No.
you can't go back to that day
Actually,
and wish me. But
actually.
just apologizing gives a sense of responsibility.
Mhm.
Okay, I should realize that what I've done is
She's
wrong.
wrong.
and I'll do better next
Yeah,
time.
and it makes me understand that okay, actually, this person is
Yeah.
right up there. You know.
Yes, not apologizing just shows that
Maybe there's a little bit of maturity.
Exactly.
you apologizing is a show of strength,
Strength.
and you know,
Yes. Yes.
self-esteem.
Strength. Yes. Because
So,
some people think that okay, the fact that many times when you say sorry, it can be belittling. It can be
I
humbling.
mean, you're like,
And some people are just like, where they are, they can't, stuff like that will not happen in fruitful and sustainable friendships.
friendships. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, is it possible
To unintentionally
hurt a friend?
It is unintentional. It is just like it is possible to intentionally hurt a friend. Many times I'm not a mind reader. I can't read your mind. I can't read your mood. Though most times I should be able to know that okay, maybe this is not a good time to maybe play a certain joke or to communicate a particular matter or theme. You understand? So, but when you now want to intentionally do it, is that you know that this person is not in a good mood, and you're intentionally saying some things to provoke the person. That's intentionally. So it can also happen unintentionally. And when it does, I think first it is important on the part of the receiver to understand that okay, this person did not intentionally do it. Maybe make excuses for people. That okay, she didn't intentionally. Like we keep using this birthday thing for an example, at least for this. So it's possible for her to have said, oh, maybe she was so busy that day, maybe her phone went off, maybe that is her making excuses for me. But it will now be it will be unthinkable. I mean, it will be so bad of me. Maybe after my phone comes on or after we now have such discussion, I'm not like, and I still do not reach out. Do you understand? So yes, it is possible to unintentionally hurt friends. It is possible. I mean, and like you said before, you once said it that it is people that are close to us that can hurt us.
actually.
You understand? It is those that are close to us that can hurt us. If we are not close, in fact, if you hurt me, it won't be as painful as when someone that's
close to you.
me hurts. Okay, so it is because you understand me. It is because we talk, it is because many things like this happen. That's why it can even
Yeah.
unintentional. That's why it can even hurt me. Okay, so I think it's possible
That's
to be unintentional.
From what you said, I picked out something. You said that, you know,
When it is about intentionally hurting someone,
Yeah.
it means that
maybe you are not paying attention to their moods
Yes.
and how they are feeling at that
You're not
point.
observing. You're not observant.
Observant,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's one thing we should actually take home from this.
Mhm.
If you are a true friend, a genuine friend, you should be
intentional enough
To suit
pay attention and study your friend.
You have to be able to understand your friend.
Yes, I think
It's very
it
important.
is important.
In fact, when that is done, over 40
The-
or 50%
Of the
this
hurt
stuff, yeah.
is solved. So I noticed that I study, I realized that okay, I think she's not in a good mood.
Mhm.
That's time for me to give her space.
Yes.
Or ask,
Ask what is the
okay,
problem,
what is
what's
problem?
wrong.
Not that you just come, that's when you now come and start
Cracking unnecessary jokes. Like some people are just so I'm like
They
I
can't
even-
read the room, they can't understand things.
It's wickedness.
It's wickedness.
It's wickedness for you not to be able to
Mhm.
calm down and read the room.
Yes,
What
because
is
you know
going
that's why
on
we always
here?
say that someone that can be a good friend.
Mhm.
You were the one that made that quote. You said a person that can be a good friend can make a good spouse.
No,
you
can't.
can't.
You cannot.
you can't.
It's not possible. Because in friendship you would have known what it is like to deal with someone. You would have known what it is like to pay attention to someone. You would have known what it is like to relate with someone. So-
Forgive and
exactly.
all that.
Exactly. So
It's a lot. I pity people that don't have friendships that are getting married.
exactly.
They'll be fine.
Exactly. And that's why many people now put all their expectations on their
On
spouses.
spouse. You that you've never forgiven a friend before, you don't want to marry.
It's new to you. You
You'll
can't
be fine.
understand. And it's just like, and most times you're not looking at the other person as if the other person is wicked.
Wicked.
No, this is other person is not wicked.
Just like what we said, that a friend, your spouse cannot take the place of your friend.
No, they can't.
It's not
They are different. They are different. Of course, you can find both in each person, but you must always have a place for friends.
for friends.
You know, one of our mentors, Mrs. Tolu Ade, she was saying it that even as a family, even as a couple, you should have friends that are also
Yes.
couples that you hang out together, you have conversations with.
Minds with.
You see, it's burdensome when all your expectations are on one person. You expect this person to be your friend, you expect him to also be your partner, you expect him to be
Your
It's not
body
imaginable.
carrier.
Exactly.
Your
Everything in
bank.
one person. It's only Jesus that can do that for us. Please.
Let's
Thank
go
you.
to Jesus. Yes, so
Ah.
so it's possible to intentionally and
Intentionally
unintentionally
hurt
hurt your
people.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because I believe that happened today. You know,
Okay.
something happened today. Let me just tell you.
Inside gist. So yeah, I left
My power bank at home with her.
Okay.
And the cord, like the charger of the power bank, was at home too. So my mind was like, okay, she has the power bank. So when she's coming, of course, we'll charge the power bank. So she'll bring it together. Only for me to get, to this studio today.
and I was not wondering, okay, the power bank is here. What about the cord? She now said,
You know, asked me to bring it now. I was like,
Intentional.
I'm not supposed to ask you to bring it.
That's my
Of
intention
course,
on my
you
part.
charge it. So I was
She was mad.
I was mad. How will I not charge this power bank?
Or let me say she was hungry.
I was angry,
I
yes.
could see.
How will I
Right.
charge this power bank? How will we use the power bank?
Oh,
When we
Loki,
get
I just
home
started
today?
saying I did not know.
So that was unintentional.
Yes.
Yeah, because she wouldn't have said how intentionally would bring this to court. I mean, I think that's evil. And I know that
Tell me.
from experience with her,
I don't
she
believe
wouldn't
it.
do that.
I'm
So
not
I know
even-
that was, so I had to like start giving excuses.
Yeah.
And this is us laughing now. We're not laughing. That's why I said, forgiveness. We'll not come here and be teaching you what we are not doing. Because that was just this one, less than 6 hours.
2 hours.
Yes,
That's
less than 2
I
hours.
mean,
I have
before all of this is that.
before all of this. So it is it is actually possible to unintentionally hurt.
Possible.
And that's why you must be able to give excuses for people.
Don't be that person that will be saying, she's like that, he's like that.
No.
Are you
You're also not
are
perfect.
you perfect?
Actually.
So being able to like give excuses, okay, I believe, and I think that's one major strength that you must have as a person,
As a person.
as a friend.
Yeah.
Learning how to give excuses for people.
It will help you. I mean,
help your
your
heart.
heart.
Even if that person did it intentionally,
Intentionally,
you tell
yeah.
yourself that
This
I
person
think
did
this
not
is why
intentionally do
this
it.
person must have done
And
it.
just
It will help your heart,
Yeah.
and it will help you to move on real fast.
Mhm.
So, is there any friendship or that you've not healed from?
Let me see. By God's grace, no.
Wow.
You know, and it's like I said, by God's grace. I mean, I've experienced odds.
Oh, you've experienced.
I've experienced odds in this friendship thing. Oh God.
What? Disease?
Of course, I want up to me one
And
time.
that you've not healed from.
No. That's why I said grace because there are
Okay,
some
okay.
that they were, you know, of course,
Deep.
they were deeper. You know, our friendship is 7 years in counting.
Yeah.
And I've had friends for 13 years.
Correct.
I have friends for 18 years. Yes. Then favor, some goodies, childhood. I have friends, you know, so I've experienced so many sides of friendships. Let me tell you.
None of them have not had friends of. Yeah.
You must have, I mean, and those that you are still communicating with. That's very important. You have to consider that. Shake it. You know, one of my like 18 years friends still celebrated his birthday when it was his birthday. So yes, you know, the part where either there's a long gap, we stop talking, or there's it got into a relationship, or there's a levels relationship, like levels, change in levels of status. So yes, and like I said, by God's grace, no, God has helped me to heal from it. I still experienced one recently, and you know, I just had to pour it all out. I had to just pray, give it all to Jesus, and say, God, sorry, like,
Take it
because for this particular one, in fact, we became friends. I mean, it's the one that okay, you are friends, then you graduate to romantic relationship, then you go back. There you go. Oh God. Yes, so but I thank God for grace. God has it. God has it. Yeah. And you know, it's amazing now that even with this on and off, we're even back at a friendship phase again. I mean, we are interacting
That's why I
and
said,
talking.
don't go and marry someone that cannot keep friendship. Let's just we're not doing marriage. Let's focus on friendship.
Yes,
So
actually.
yeah. So you're saying by the grace of God, that's amazing. I need to celebrate this grace. Yes, so
How can we set healthy boundaries with friends without feeling guilty or pushing them away? How can we set?
It's very important to set boundaries. Even personally, we set boundaries. So I don't understand when people don't want to understand that this is a boundary and you should. I mean,
we know one thing I actually believe. I'm so sorry for
Yeah.
that.
People that do not know how to respect other people's boundaries is because they themselves
do not respect their own
their own
boundaries.
boundaries.
I agree.
That's just my own conclusion. Because if there's
agree.
someone, you know, there's this part of the Bible that's part of scripture that says that that centurion, he said, I am a man
Under authority.
under authority.
I said to one
I said to
go
one
and
go
he
and
goes,
go.
yes.
And that says, speak
Speak
a
a
word.
word. Mm-hmm.
And Bible said that same
moment and she just spoke
Spoke
the
the
word.
word, yeah.
That was when
The son was
was
there.
you.
Yeah.
So I believe that when you truly have boundaries that you walk by,
Mhm.
that you uphold,
Yes, you understand.
You
It's to be
understand
sensible
that
to you when someone else
you
is
can
saying
relate.
that. Yes.
Do you get? I for a person, I have boundaries. Maybe my boundaries are I do not I can't speak ill of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what
I know you for that.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm known for. That's my value. So if truly you are someone Now you don't want to come and meet me and start just that person. I'm not saying no, I don't have any interest in that. You're not like feeling, you're not angry that it shows that you yourself.
Yeah, you don't have that boundaries.
No.
How to set healthy boundaries. So from where I started, if you have boundaries for yourself, you
Yeah.
understand how boundaries help you personally, and how in the long run help friendships.
Yes.
So the question is how to set healthy boundaries in friendships. All right. Okay, you are my friend. It is essential that we communicate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it is essential that we put a boundary to our communication.
Communication, yeah.
We can talk about every other thing, but we can't talk ill of people. That's a boundary. Do you understand? We can visit so many places, but there are some places that we will never visit.
We know.
We know.
Yeah.
So that is boundary. Do you understand? And those boundaries are healthy to our faith life. They are healthy to our should I call it even when we were in school during our academics. There were some healthy boundaries. She pushed me to the library. Do you understand?
Oh, yes.
So we went to school, we read, we did so many things. We studied for examinations. I remember our GS, I think 101 and 201 that we did together,
Okay,
and we had the same exams. We did that together. Those are healthy boundaries. Okay, now I understand. Okay, even when either of us get into a relationship, there also has to be a boundary in that aspect. Okay, this is my fiance or this is my spouse. There should be a boundary to how we interact, how we
Yes.
communicate, how I speak about him, how I speak to him is needed.
Yes.
So healthy boundaries
Yes.
will help,
Mm.
foster relationships, friendships.
Because I
Understand?
remember back then, so sorry.
Mhm.
Then when we were in school and there were
Seasons or there were, times
Yeah.
that you'd be at home,
Mhm.
maybe because of strike or
Yes.
holidays, and because my own house
It's
was
closer.
closer to our hostel,
Yeah.
I always stay sometimes at school
Yeah.
while I'll be in the hostel outside school. The person she was with then
Yeah.
would also be in the same hostel. I remember back then, I think there was this time I asked, I said, are you not even scared that? Are you
That's
not
true.
scared
I mean,
that
she yeah.
it's just me and your guy in the
Hostel. In a big house, just the two of them staying together. I'm like, I'm not concerned, and that is because that is because of trust. All right, number one, trust in you and trust in my guy then. So that is because because if there was not that trust, I'm like, and that's because I know that you and I we had some things around that. Of course, I'd have like one plus one. But that was because of trust, and that was also because we had boundaries.
Yes.
You may remember. I think there was a particular time that aside that time we're not allowed to talk together. I mean, the three of us generally. Then you'd be in the zone, you'd be in.
There were boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries. That helped us. So boundaries actually help. And in fact, I believe that a friendship or anything when there are no boundaries, it will be like a car on a hill that is just going down the drain because there's nothing that is putting you in check. You understand? There's nothing that is doing that. So
Yes. So now, how can we now set it such that the other person will not feel guilty?
or it's something like they're pushing them.
okay, I think the boundary has to be well communicated and well understood. When we had that boundary of anything by 9 p.m., everyone should be. Why? It is because anything late in the night is how they say deadly. Although we are not using knives, but it is is anything in the dark. It can be good. All right. So anything after 9 p.m. The boundary of the communication. I think we had a boundary about even our study, memory verses and everything.
Yeah.
You must know your memory verse.
Yes.
If you do not know the memory verse, I think we had a contribution or something. I think there was a punishment or something around it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to
She
fall.
was not like so. That's the boundary. And if I didn't communicate it to you properly, then it would have been like, oh,
She's wicked.
she's wicked. She
In fact,
doesn't want me
even the way she
to.
communicated, I still feel. Now imagine not communicating properly.
Exactly. So when they are well explained and
yeah.
both parties understand. It's just for relationships too. When we are in a relationship and I'm telling you that okay, don't let us stop anything aside 9 p.m., 10 p.m. It's okay, this and that. It's to help us. Okay, maybe you have your prayer time around 3 a.m., 5
So you can
a.m.
sleep early.
You can sleep and pray.
And wake up and pray.
You understand? Because the more you are getting closer to God, it's helping our relationship too. But you're not like, I know you're the love of my life.
Oh.
Let's continue talking. As you are cutting down on God, it is also cutting down. So when they are both, when you both understand, it will help.
So communication.
Communication.
Properly communicate.
Yes, they must both understand why. Okay, why are we doing this? Yeah. Why are we studying? Why were we taking memory verses then? Why were we fasting then? Why were we doing so many?
That's true. But I think yeah, those things also lead to hurt. When people feel like your own is too
It's
much.
too much.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Is it ever possible to rebuild a broken friendship?
It is. Like I said, I have been hurt.
Steps and different. Share
It is. Number one, you must talk about. You must have that tough, that difficult conversation about what led to the what.
not shying
You
away.
must not shy away from it. In fact, you must say everything everything. You must state it out blank. Because if you don't, number one, when you know the source of the problem, it is half solved, alright? So when you're not eating it deep, when you're not getting, and you're still pretending over the matter, you're just increasing the pain, and, you know. Because in the long run, that's how you enter like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you say? So just say everything, scatter it on the ground, then build back together. Just as broken homes, you know, you have had people rebuild broken homes. I mean, relationships, marriages that have scattered, you have seen them come back together. So it is very possible to have broken friendships built again. Number one, discuss the matter. Number two, decide to forgive and forgive indeed. I mean, indeed. Of course, we say forgive and forget. You might not be able to forget, alright? But forgive, because when you forgive, even when you now remember the pain, it's not more as hurting as it was when you were. So you have to forgive. After forgiving, then you now have to talk about the steps, either ways to avoid what happened from happening again, and how to move on. Okay, this has happened, let us not do this anymore. This has happened, this has happened. And with that, then with time, you must give it time. You must give it time, because you have to, because you are just see it as you building from this scratch again. You must give it time. You must give it time. Because even friends, if myself and we separate for about 4 years, by the time we meet back, I must not come back and just say, the you that I knew, you know, that I met or that I knew 4 years ago. No, she has changed. I said it before, people change. So we must give each other time to now understand our person again. So you must understand the person again, you must understand their lifestyle, so many things around friendships, around what you are building. Okay, do you want it to be as much as or as intact as before, and so many things like that. Yeah, that way.
Wow,
So it's possible.
that's amazing. One thing I can pick out, from what you just said, is this one of the
Few things is that you know when it comes to us and forgiving and rebuilding back, it is essential that we ensure that we do not do those things that caused the hurt.
It's very important.
It's so funny how that
I know what caused the hurt.
And then I said, trying to do it again.
after, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
And the person forgives you, you now do it again. The person that forgives you, it gets to a point and then it becomes like it becomes
something like that. Just leave it, let it be.
So I believe that if you offendee, that you're always
Offending somebody. Please, as you're apologizing, please start working on
On that,
yourself.
not to repeat
not do
itself
that
again.
thing again. Because it becomes like something, start looking like wickedness. When you keep on doing the same thing over and over
Of
again,
course, Jesus Christ should be
expecting
forgiven
forgiveness.
499 times. So what's that?
But it says woe to you.
Yes, through which offense comes.
Yes. Yeah, the one that is always
Exactly.
offending. And you're not saying you should have the spirit of forgiveness,
No.
forgive me.
You too.
You too will always offending somebody. Why you always offending?
Exactly.
That thing that you are doing to offend somebody's son or somebody's
daughter, please.
improve, let God help, so that you not be the one that is always offending someone.
Yeah.
Do you get? So that's what I just wanted to pick out from.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so I think maybe second to the last question. What roles does self-awareness play in becoming a better friend?
Oh, a lot.
That's
A
amazing.
lot. Yes. You must understand who you are. Self-awareness is simply self-identity, self-knowledge.
Wow.
You must know who you are. I mean, when we met, we had not known things about temperament and all of this. But I tell you, I think it was a year after 200 level or so that we started learning about temperament, and we were like, oh, now I understand why you are doing this. Now I understand why you act this way.
So weird.
And I tell you, immediately we had that understanding, so many things shifted, so many things changed. So yes, self-awareness will help you. You know why you do some things. You know why you act in a certain way. You know why some things hurt you. You know, and it even helps you to communicate better to the person. You know, there are men that's like, okay, why do you do this? I don't know. How do you say that? I don't know. Oh God. Yeah, that was me. The times past one. I'm a changed person. So so yes, it really helps. You know, you have something to say. You seem at you look wise when you are able to explain yourself to people. It helps you to be a better friend. Give so many time, give so many resources to self-investment and self-awareness. Try to know yourself, know what you love, know what you love doing, know what you don't love doing, know what you. In fact, outside of friendship, to help every other area of your relationship. So it's important. It's important. There are many times I'll just be chatting with a guy and be like, she did this, she does this, she does this. It's because I know her. I don't know her. It's not she has understood as well and she has communicated when you're just listening.
Yeah, so about what you just said, that's so profound. And I believe that one of the things that cause this to hurt is when
You do not know, even you as a person, you don't know how to say
say no.
Yes,
Some certain
yes.
things. It's easy for you to
Very
get hurt
true.
because
lack of self-awareness does not even
help you to know.
it prevents you from knowing when to say no and when to say yes.
And because you don't know when to say no, it is easy for you to offend people. And
I mean, because you're already inconveniencing yourself when you are saying yes when you're supposed to say no. So out of hurt for yourself, you're in the long run hurting the other person. So if you had respect for yourself, I had said no. You could have even avoided any
other
form of.
I can relate with that because I used to have issues with saying no. I felt like, won't I be hurting that
How does this person feel?
Oh my God, I was a good girl. I'm not still a good girl. But I used to be so conscious of, hurting this person. And indirectly,
I was actually eventually hurting them. I ended up hurting them in the long run because I couldn't
And in
prevent
the long run,
myself from
in fact,
hurt.
it's hurt on two sides.
On two
You're hurting
sides.
yourself,
So self-awareness is so important. Don't ever get to the point where you stop knowing yourself. And I believe that the best way to know yourself is to know God.
Yes.
Actually, because there's some things you believe about yourself that are wrong.
Yes.
But the moment you begin to know God and you know how much He loves you, there's a way you start to see yourself differently.
Yes.
Compared to the way
life,
you see yourself. So it's boils
That's
down to God.
That's really you can only find yourself in the person who created you. It's nothing short of that. So many people find their self in maybe what they do, hobbies, or the works of their hands. Okay, I am a this and all.
Beautiful.
I think that's the last question.
Yes, the last question. Let me just put the two in one question.
Okay.
So what's the one piece of advice you give to someone currently struggling with friendship pain? Yeah. And how can we build stronger, more emotionally safe friendships in this generation? Should we just take it one by
Let me
one?
see. The number one piece I would like to give to someone struggling with friendship pain. Oh my dear, you're not the only one. Yes, I can tell you that take a step towards healing. I mean, many times we are even afraid of healing because we don't know what is, you know, how you feel afterwards, or there are many uncertainties.
Yeah.
So I would say take a step towards healing. Number one. Number two, we are Christians, so of course I'll say pray. Pray, pray, ask God, and ask God to heal you from the pain. It can be very painful. Ask God to heal you from the pain again, because pain causes more hurt to the heart. So even for the love of yourself, or I mean for self-love, just work towards it. Release it. Heal. So that's the advice I would give. You are struggling with friendship pain. There's no other thing I can do. Just heal. And in fact, for the love of yourself and for the love of that friend, if you truly love that friend, truly love that friend, and that is where you will know how that maybe the friendship was actually built on something solid or not. So heal. Once you heal, I mean, you'll be so full of joy all around. You won't even count it as something as very hurtful anymore in the long run. So, or do you have anything else?
Do you think it's possible to
Heal from the pain and then move on from that friendship?
Yeah, it is.
because some people believe that
Or let me put it this way, are there cases whereby even after healing from another friendship, you walk away?
Yes, but I would say maybe not totally, or it depends. Let me say it depends. If that kind of hurt is a case wherein you necessarily don't have to see each other anymore, you can, I mean, walk away. But if there's one that you like, you still have to be mixing. You still have one or two cases where you still have to interact or something. It's better you just heal and forgive, forget, and continue so that exactly. So yes, you can move on. There are some that you just have to
walk away.
walk away. In fact, God is not annoyed. I'm telling you, because there was a place where Paul said, he said Demas has gone. Demas was called into ministry with Apostle Paul. And he wrote it, he said Demas has left him and has gone. So imagine Apostle Paul now saying, oh, Demas, my friend. It will not be, so many times you have to look at your values again. This person, does it still align with our values? Does this person still? If not, please just. And if it is now still maybe it's Christian based, like maybe faith based to church, you still have to attend conferences together. You still have to do. Then you know that this is still someone in Christ. Heal, forgive, roll.
Continue praying for the person.
Continue praying, and with time, I tell you, with time, because many times you see people that bounced off pain in friendships, even doing way stronger than they were doing before.
That's very true.
Okay, you said, is it possible to have friendships in this age?
Yes. How can we build stronger, more emotionally safe friendships in this
The
generation?
only way is to be committed and be vulnerable. Emotionally safe, that's what I said also. To be emotionally safe, you have to be vulnerable. Of course, some people say a problem shared is no more a problem solved. It is now a gist for. That's why you must know your friend. I'm vulnerable with her. I share stuff with her. I even share so many things that I wasn't able to. So that is it. You have to be. And of course, I've not heard my matter in my mouth with gist with other people. So you must be committed, vulnerable. Must be vulnerable. See, there's no friendship without vulnerability. I don't know how people. You have to put. You have to hold on to God.
Yes.
There must be something, like a triangle. There must be something that connects you together.
Connects you both.
There must be.
That must be the number one value.
Yeah.
I believe.
I mean, it's only God. It's only God.
Yes.
That we know.
tell you that
Even after son has hurt you,
Yes.
77
Continue.
and 7.
I mean, even Jesus did it with Peter. Peter hurt him,
Betrayed him.
betrayed him, and Jesus still went back to him at the sea and said, "Son, do you have fish to eat?" So
It's very possible with God.
with God, only with God, only
It's
with
possible with God.
Mm.
So make sure that your values align,
Yeah.
which means that the umbrella is God.
Yeah.
And be vulnerable,
Both.
like she said, and be
Be
committed,
That's what
and
it is.
you'll be fine. So
it was an amazing time.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm so sure that you've learned
One
one or two things, and that's,
Yes.
I mean, that's the purpose of all of this. So,
Till we see you.
For that, how did you feel now? What's the experience like? You asking the questions today.
well, I felt in charge.
Yes.
Yes, so,
Alright.
no, thank you for
Thank you.
for watching.
Thank you.
And if you missed the first episode,
Episode.
you should watch. So
Yeah,
thank you
and if you
for
want more videos, you know, this is our first time showing our face outside.
yes.
It's only pictures they have been seeing, so.
Yeah, let's know in the comment section.
Yeah.
So, and if there are other topics you'd like us to, like us to talk about,
Yep.
let us know. So, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Yes, there are people that need these talks. You know,
Yes,
I think
that's your
recently, people really need to. Most people believe that it's not important.
Thank you very much,
Much.
guys. To come.
Bye.